Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at your favorite kaijus in Project Kaiju as voted by the community section of my YouTube channel. Okay, at number 10 we have Gigan. So Gigan is one of those kaijus where it just does a lot of damage. And it's also one of the kaijus where it takes like a lot of skill to be good at Gigan, so it kind of makes sense why it's not like up there as everyone's favorite. Gigan's not really a kaiju that's for everyone, but you know, being able to just dish out hundreds of damage really fast is, you know, it's for some people. As many of you know, Gigan has been my main for a while. I'm probably going to switch over to Destoroyah now, but yeah, I would consider myself pretty good at Gigan, so Gigan's obviously going to be one of my favorites, but you guys put him as number 10, so yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so at number 9 we have Manila. Manila is the most recent addition to Project Kaiju, and you know, from its really low health and really pretty solid combo game, I'm not really sure why it's number 9, but I guess a lot of people don't really like running around as a little baby trying to kill people, which makes sense. A lot of people want to play the, you know, the bigger, more scary kaijus, but Manila has some of the best moves in the game because they have really short cooldowns, they do pretty decent damage, and not to mention the ultimate dealing 650 damage. Manila is another one of those kaijus where it's gonna take a decent amount of skill to be good as Manila, so it might not be for everyone. But yeah, with pretty decent combo game, overpowered ultimate, and overall just fast, it's a pretty decent kaiju overall. The only thing lacking about Manila is its small health pool, but yeah, besides that, it's a pretty solid kaiju. So you guys ranked it as number 9, so we will have to see what is higher than Manila on the list. Okay, so at number 8 we have Godzilla 2000. So Godzilla 2000 was the OG kaiju in Project Kaiju, along with Orga, Gigan, and Zilla. So it's one of the original 4, and not a lot of people use this kaiju, so it makes sense that it's pretty low on the list. I don't really see too many of them, but overall, if you're looking for like a pretty solid kaiju that does a bit of everything, Godzilla 2000 is going to be your pick. It has good damage, good health, good beam, you know, all that sort of stuff. I'll say it doesn't really excel in anything, but overall it's a very solid kaiju, easy to see why you guys like it. But on top of that, it also has a really strong ultimate. Godzilla 2000's ultimate comes out really fast and it does really high damage, making it one of the best ultimates in the game. I'm not sure if you can combo with the ultimate, but I haven't actually tried that, so if you can, let me know in the comments. But yeah, you guys think that this belongs in number 8, so we're going to see what comes in number 7. Okay, so at number 7 we have Zilla. Zilla is one of those kaijus that I really never got into while playing Project Kaiju. But a lot of people did start playing Zilla, and it's pretty easy to see why. Zilla has very fast speed, decent combos, and overall it's just like one of the kaijus that if you're good as that kaiju, you know, it'll be pretty overpowered for a while because Zilla is also an extremely skill-based kaiju. So yeah, that's why a lot of people like it, but just being able to run around the map super fast is also a lot of fun. And that's what Zilla excels at. Zilla's ultimate, on the other hand, is kinda terrible, so it's best to use your rage for either force specs or the escape, because the ultimate is kinda terrible, rarely hits, and most kaijus, well not most, but there are 2 kaijus in the game that can literally just fly away from it. But if you're one of the people looking for the super fast, super skill based gameplay, then Zilla is your kaiju pick. So we ranked Zilla as number 7, so let's see what we got at number 6. Oh, Siren Head, what do we say about this one? I actually really liked Siren Head as soon as it got released. But right after, they kind of gave it a bunch of nerfs, making it not really as fun. One of the biggest nerfs they gave it, in my opinion, was changing its dash. So Siren Head pretty much has a dash, which is more like a crawl, but it pretty much propelled you forward at a very fast speed, and you could use it in your combos before it was nerfed. Now the dash is kind of just, you crawl around for like 2 or 3 seconds at a very slow pace. It's more like for dodging rather than comboing. I honestly prefer to attack rather than defend, so I would prefer it if it was faster, but anyway, it was changed, so that kind of stinks. Other than that, Siren Head is just, do a lot of damage in the shortest amount of hits. It's not really a combo kaiju. It's more like a ranger, you stay back, you use a beam, you use your special 2 to kind of, keep your enemies out of your zone, and then special 1, just a huge rock that does like a lot of damage. So you guys ranked Siren Head at number 6, so let's check out what's at number 5. And at number 5 we have Kong. So Kong is one of the kaijus that excels in just raw damage. Kong has really strong just base attacks. The attack speed for Kong is actually pretty decent. And on top of that, Kong has a unique block ability that actually increases its attack further. So another thing about Kong is actually pretty fun to play. Kong has a very good combo game, and I feel like it just feels smooth and everything feels nice. Another thing is the ultimate on Kong is actually really powerful and not that hard to hit if you know when to hit it. Usually if you take your enemy down to 75 stamina, the Kong ultimate will always hit because it needs 96 to block it. And those are the reasons why Kong is rated at number 5, but there are 4 kaijus higher, so let's see what they are. At number 4, we have Monsterverse Godzilla. There's a lot to unpack with this one. So we'll start with the fast attack speed. Monsterverse Godzilla has always had pretty fast attack speed, and it's never really slowed down. It's been nerfed a couple times, but not to the point where it's just not useful anymore. Another thing, Monsterverse Godzilla has a good beam that does a decent amount of damage and has a decent amount of range. On top of that, it has a crawl mode, which just changes Special 2, Special 3, and Special 1. So all your special attacks change, and they get changed into a crawling mode. However, the downside is you can't block, but the upsides are you get more combo game. Monsterverse Godzilla also has really strong combos that do very high damage, and they can be further amplified by the fact that when you get low enough on health, you become a thermonuclear Godzilla, which will burn your enemies, as well as changing some of your attacks. Like the C attack, for example, instead of a beam, it becomes a thermonuclear pulse, which can be used to decimate your enemies. At number 3, we have Destoroyah. Destoroyah is actually my favorite kaiju, and I'm going to tell you why. Alright, so Destoroyah has really good health. It has really strong attacks that are very good for combos. It's got the strongest beam in the game. Not only that, on top of all that, Destoroyah can also fly, and it has a super strong ultimate that's hard to dodge. So put that all together in this giant crab, and you have one of the strongest kaijus just to exist, and one of the strongest kaijus in Project Kaiju. So that's what makes Destoroyah super busted, but you guys rated him as number 3, so we're going to check out what's ahead of him. Coming in at number 2, we have Mechagodzilla. So I'm not gonna lie, in this clip I'm fighting a level 28. My Mechagodzilla is probably around that level, because I am just so terrible at Mechagodzilla. However, you guys think that this is one of the coolest kaijus in the game, and I honestly completely agree with you. Mechagodzilla has a really cool appearance, it has decent combos, it's got good range, but Mecha is another one of those kaijus that's super skill based. Mecha excels with using its beam and its missiles just to keep distance, and then coming in for combos whenever your opponents try to overpush, you can punish them and use a pretty decent combo on them. Mechagodzilla doesn't have like super insane combos, but the recent buffs made them, you know, like actually usable. But I think the main reason why Mechagodzilla is this high on the list is because recently it came out in Godzilla vs. Kong, and it's one of the coolest looking kaijus in my personal opinion. So yeah, that's probably why it made it this high up on the list, but it's not the top, so we're going to check out the top kaiju. Alright, and you guys voted Orga as number 1. And honestly, I'm not super surprised, but I'm also, you know, I'm kind of a little bit surprised that it wasn't like another more recent kaiju that got added, because usually people tend to like them more than like the original kaijus. So, why I think you guys voted Orga as number 1 is because Orga is one of the most fun kaijus to play in the game. Orga has very fun and good combos. It does just so much damage. The combos are pretty easy to start, as Special 2 and Special 3 both start combos. And the ultimate for Orga is just super fun and scary looking, and it's honestly one of the most uniquely animated ultimates in the game. So yeah, I think that's why you guys put Orga as number 1, but you guys let me know your reasons in the comments below. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. If you guys did like the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. As always, see ya.